Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2017. We're on episode 49. We are late November now, and today we've got Barcelona, we've got Leicester, and I'm going to throw in a bonus game against Burnley in the EFL Cup. As you can see, we're currently sat third in the table, 5 points off of top. It's not bad. It's better than I was expecting. I was expecting us to be a lot lower down the league, and there's a main reason why we're doing alright, but there's also another good reason why we're not actually up the top there with Manchester United and Tottenham. Since we last met then, there's been a whole plethora of games. First up was Manchester United. A 2-0 defeat, we just weren't very good, and Jefferson Douglas gets himself sent off. This is actually going to be a theme, I believe, for the rest of the season, as I seem to get a lot of red cards. Goals for Henrik Mkhitaryan and Mauro Icardi for Manchester United give them the 2-0 victory, which basically keeps them top of the table. EFL Cup game against Aston Villa was next, a 2-1 victory for us in the end. Facundo Illa and Tamui Bakayoko with the goals. Illa scored a free kick, Bakayoko scored a penalty. Rushian Hepburn Murphy with the goal for Aston Villa. Then a visit from our close-ish neighbours in Bournemouth, a 1-0 victory at St Mary's Stadium. Bad boy Grant Corbett comes off the bench, scores the winning goal, and Freddie Serna gets himself sent off. That's 2 players we've got sent off in this little batch. Then the Champions League game against Bayern Munich. Obviously, last time out was a 3-3 draw. We were 3-0 up, threw it away. This time round, it is a 1-1 draw. A goal from Florin Andone, and then an equaliser from bad boy Grant Corbett gets his second goal in 2 games. The Riverside was our next destination, a 1-1 draw against Middlesbrough. Tamui Bakayoko with a goal for us. Britta Sombolonga late on for Middlesbrough gets them a point. That was definitely a game that we should have won, but we didn't. Finally, a nice convincing 3-0 victory against West Brom. Bakayoko, Tibi De Bruyne and Grant Corbett with the goals. Bakayoko got sent off 1 minute after scoring a goal. That's 3 players we got sent off in 5 games. So, as I've said today, you're going to get Barcelona, you're going to get Leicester, and you're going to get a bonus game against Burnley because we're doing alright in the EFL Cup. And I'm not going to lie, it'd be nice to win another trophy. Another bit of news, 23-year-old defender Craig Bracamontes is no longer wanted by Real Madrid because I gave him a new contract, and I think this is probably the biggest contract I've ever given anyone. £200,000 a week for Bracamontes. However, he is a 5-star player. I don't think I've ever seen anyone be 5 stars. Like, he's everything pro. Poor technique, don't care, he's a centre-back. He's 1-footed, don't care, he's a centre-back. He shouldn't be 2-footed. He is possibly one of the best players, at least best centre-backs I've ever seen in this game, that I've managed to buy at the very least. Champions League time then, St Mary's Stadium, Barcelona. This is, in theory, it's a must-win game. Because if Barcelona win, and if Bayern win, we actually drop down to 3rd place in the group, and that is not something that I want to happen. The lineup then for the Southampton-Barcelona match: in goal, Kawade Okone; back 4, Ali Tape, Craig Bracamontes, Freddie Serna and Jefferson Douglas. We're going full strength here, guys. Midfield, Tamui Bakayoko, Mario Lemina, Adrian Rabiot, Filip Kravinovic as the advanced playmaker, Grant Corbett and Vincenzo Bogart as the strike force. Lukaku is on the bench because he's not particularly match fit, and I don't think this is a game where you want to be playing a striker who's slightly half-assed. We've also got on the bench a returning Kieran Tierney from his injury, and youngster Craig Bateman. He's on there because he's a midfielder who can play up front. He's got a bit of potential, he's not too bad, he's got great vision apparently, that's about it. And he gets a squad number of 20, there you go, right next to Frank Dogbowl. Barcelona are favourites, however, we are currently sat top of the group. And one of our 2 victories has come against Barcelona. So, let's do that again, and that will be amazing. Assertively, we could secure... Yes, no one cared. We could secure qualification with a win here. But no one really cared too much. And immediately, Bayern Munich have taken the lead against Fenerbahce, which drops us down to 2nd place. And this is what I mean. That group is so close that anyone dropping points is most likely going to be going out at this point in the group. Suarez with the free kick, it's straight in the top corner. And we are the team that's going to be dropping points by the looks of it. We've dropped down a 3rd. We can still qualify. Luis Suarez, just outside the penalty area, steps up to take it, puts it straight in that top corner, doesn't he? Keeper, good effort to try and get there, doesn't quite make it. 1-0 to Barcelona. Kone. Jefferson Douglas. Are we actually going to get an attack out of this? Douglas brings it forward. Rabiot. Rabiot to Krovinovic. Krovinovic has got some options. Bogart is one of them. It's saved by Ter Stegen. Corner to be taken by Krovinovic. Crosses it in. Lamina's at the back post. Doesn't get there. It's come all the way out to Ali Tape. Lamina. Bakayoko. Fine. Just end there. Half time, and they reckon we're unlucky. You've been unlucky. You have been unlucky. Don't shut up, Michael Reisiger. We haven't been bad. They've had one shot on target and it went in. Rabiot, Lamina, Jefferson Douglas. 50 minutes on the clock, and this could be an equaliser, hopefully. That's optimistic. That's a great ball, though. And Grant Corbett gets in there, and he's scored against Barcelona. Grant Corbett loves the big games. That moves us back up to second place in the group. Grant Corbett gets his 6th of the season, and I think is his 4th in 5 games as well. Corbett with a bit of space, left foot, side foot into the bottom corner. Ter Stegen can't stop it. It's 1-1. A win here would guarantee qualification, and it would also mean that Barcelona and Bayern Munich actually have to fight each other out for something, which is much more preferable than me having to beat Fenerbahce. Rabiot gets the ball. Lamina's not going anywhere. That was worrying. Ali Tape. Tape smashes it forward. Peak gets there. He does get there. Rabiot, though, gets there instead. And Vincenzo Bogart is 1-on-1 with the keeper. And Vincenzo Bogart, the Belgian wonder kid, gets his 4th goal of the season. And that puts us on 11 points. And we've basically qualified with that. Rabiot's ball over the top for Bogart. Bogart, he does have an option in Corbett. Doesn't use him. Keeper dives. Puts it underneath him. It is 2-1. I don't think we're through yet. There's about 10, 12 minutes to play. Bogart's going to come off for Lukaku. I just want to do some time wasting. Rabiot's going to come off as well for Umut Dazel. I'm wondering, do I go contain? Do I shut up shop? Because a win here is worth a lot of money. 5 minutes, 3, 1, 2 minutes. 2 minutes to go. That's it. It's over. The clock's just disappeared. The time has gone. Ali Tape's been booked because he loves the yellow card. It's a highlight, but it's probably going to be the last one of the game. Dembele. Doesn't matter. It went to Messi. It doesn't matter. We've beaten Barcelona twice in one season. Assertively, good work out there, lads. You did what was needed. A professional job. I took Michael Reisiger's advice. £1.3 million for beating Barcelona. Vincenzo Bogart ends his goal drought. Over 8 hours of competitive football without scoring a goal, and he's finally got one. We've qualified for the first knockout round. Interestingly, after featuring in the last match, Sam Gallagher is now 1 appearance away from 15 needed to trigger his loan from Southampton being made permanent. Is that a thing that I did? I know he's transfer listed, but is that how do I find that out? So, after playing 15 matches, they can buy him for that much money, I guess? Well, doesn't matter. I was never going to play him anyway. 2-1 victory against Barcelona. A 2-0 victory for Bayern Munich as well against Fenerbahce, which means Bayern vs Barcelona is an important game. Us against Fenerbahce, not so much. The Champions League is out of the way. Qualification is secured. Now let's get back to focusing on the Premier League. And interestingly, Tottenham dropped points against West Ham, which means we can close the gap on Tottenham. Obviously, we have to get past Leicester first. The starting lineup then for Leicester vs Southampton is as follows. In goal, Kawadio Kone. Back four, Ali Tape, Craig Bracamontes, Freddie Serna, and a returning Kieran Tierney to make his first start of the season. Midfield, youngster Thomas Doherty, Mario Lemina and Adrian Rabiot. Advanced playmaker of Filip Krovinovic and strike force of the same as what we had against Barcelona, Grant Corbett and Vincenzo Bogart. Just for your information, Tamui Bakayoko is suspended for 2 more games, so he's not playing in this one, obviously. Francisco Diniz needs a squad number. You can get number 21. Calmly go out there and carry straight on from where you finished the last match. Because most of you were playing in that, so that actually makes sense. From the looks of it, Leicester sat 15th in the table, not doing as well as they perhaps should be. Obviously, it's like 4 years in the future, so maybe they have fallen off the pace a little bit. Schmeichel with a goal kick. Zappa Costa. Long ball forward to Slimani. Slimani does get there in the end. Ali Tape with the interception, and Doherty brings it forward. Grant Corbett. Doherty. Krovinovic. Rabiot. Bogart. Go on, Vinny. Vinny Bogart. 16 minutes on the clock. Gets his 5th goal of the season, and hopefully that means Bogart is back in the goals. Krovinovic's ball to Rabiot. Rabiot's through ball. Bogart just behind the defenders, takes a couple of touches, smashes it into the opposite corner. It is 1-0. Valenzuela. Samu's been tackled. Krovinovic, there's going to be a counter-attack. Bogart doesn't really have any options at the moment. He finds Doherty. Doherty finds Krovinovic. Krovinovic, can he play Bogart through? He can, and Bogart has forced a very good save out of Kasper Schmeichel, and we do win the corner. Krovinovic to take said corner. It's to Freddie Cerner. Freddie Cerner's facing the wrong way. Lemina whips it in. Doherty's there, and Bracamontes was offside. Schmeichel's goal kick. It's all action this first half. It's been flicked on. Bracamontes gets the loose ball. Bracamontes doesn't have anywhere to go. Freddie Cerner. Cerner doesn't really have anywhere to go either. Bracamontes gets the ball again. Cerner tackles him slightly, passes it back to Kwadio Kone. Tierney on his return to first team football. Lemina, Cerner, Tierney again. He's been tackled, and Zappacosta smashes it up the pitch. Ali Tape doesn't get there in front of Samani. Ojo's, I'm always worried about Ali Tape tackling. Ibora. Bergstaller hits it wide. Still 1-0. Corner for Leicester. Samu. It's cleared by Bogart. Krovinovic runs onto it. It's 2-on-2. Corbett. It wasn't a good pass from Krovinovic. Doherty's got some players in the middle. Lemina is one of them. Lemina, he's being forced out wide. Plays it back to Ali Tape. Tape, can he get round his man? He finds Doherty, who finds Krovinovic, who finds Corbett, who finds Rabiot, who finds Bogart, who doesn't quite get it to Ali Tape, and now a counter-attack's on. Slimani he's the only Leicester player there for the moment. Now he's got some options. He goes for goal instead, and that wasn't very good. Half-time then, it is 1-0. We're doing alright. Leicester they've had a couple of chances. I'm pleased. Keep it up. Few people are interested. At some point this half, I do want to bring on the Angolan Francisco. Is it Francisco? Diniz is whatever his name is. Corner for Leicester. It's come to Ibora, and Ibora has smashed it in from about 10 yards out, and it's 1-1. That's not good. The corner comes in for Leicester. Christopher Ajir heads it down, and Ibora, on the volley, straight into the top corner. Ali Tape probably could have got that if he decided to jump. Lemina. Ball forward to Corbett. Corbett to Bogart. Bogart finds Rabiot. Rabiot, can he find Krovinovic? He can, and Krovinovic can find the back of the net. It's 2-1. We're back in the lead. And once again, we've closed the gap on Tottenham. The gap is gone. It's only goal difference. Bogart's ball through to Rabiot. Rabiot little through ball to Krovinovic, and Krovinovic is back in the goals as well. Valenzuela with a throw. Ali Tape gets there ahead of Mahrez. Tape has nowhere to go. He's taken on Mahrez and been tackled. Samu. Leicester are coming forward. Lemina with a little tackle, but it's gone back to Leicester. Mahrez again. Valenzuela. Can he cross it in? He has. And Kwadio Kone gets there just before Jamie Vardy. Corbett doesn't win the header. Doherty does. Krovinovic. Ali Tape finds Corbett again. Corbett's got two players, and he's taken on two players, and he's found Krovinovic, and Krovinovic has found Bogart, and Bogart has scored. It's 3-1. Vincenzo Bogart is starting to show signs of what he should and will be capable of. Corbett's ball to Krovinovic. Krovinovic threw ball to Bogart. The left back, I think it was, played Bogart onside, and he doesn't miss those. 80 minutes on the clock. Francisco Diniz is coming on. I'm going to move Doherty? Delaney's left. I'm going to move Thomas Doherty into the middle. Diniz is going as a ball-winning midfielder. What else can we do? Tibet De Bruyne can come on for Grant Corbett. And nothing's happened at all. I've done the subs. They've all come on. I don't think any of them have touched the ball. Tierney's gone and got himself booked. And this is going to be the final highlight of the game. Tierney with the ball. Doesn't matter. Full-time 3-1 victory at the King Power Stadium. A very, very good victory. An 8.5 for Rabiot, an 8.8 for Krovinovic, and a 9 for Vincenzo Bogart. Calmly, I'm very pleased. I don't want to be too excited. It was only Leicester. Up next is going to be the Burnley game, and the only reason why I'm showing you the Burnley game is because this is a quarter-final, which, all of a sudden, once we hit quarter-final, semi-final, final, it's not far away from a trophy. So, a quarter-final game against Burnley could lead up to a semi-final game against someone terrible, or Manchester United, because they're still in the competition. And then we could actually be in the EFL Cup final. Sam Gallagher has officially signed for Celtic. Well, he will on the 2nd of January. He's played his 15 games. They've agreed to pay the £3.66 million. And Sam Gallagher's gone. It's bonus match time. It is EFL Cup quarter-final against Burnley time. We've played them 7 times, and we've beaten them 6 times. And the last time we played them, we put 4 past them. Specifically, Thibaut de Bruyne put 4 past them. And with that in mind, Thibaut de Bruyne will be getting a start. It's a much-changed lineup. In goal, Atanas Spasov. Back 4 of the Barbarian, Bracamontes, German Storico and Jefferson Douglas. Midfield, Thomas Doherty, Umit Dozel and Francisco Diniz. Filip Krovinovic is the advanced playmaker, and Thibaut de Bruyne partners his fellow Belgian striker, Romelu Lukaku. I have been trying to do this for the EFL Cup games. I'm trying to give a little bit of rotation, particularly in goal. Kouadio Okone has been my number 1 keeper for the last year and a half now, I think. So, giving Spasov some games, he's good. He's actually a very good goalkeeper. I thought it was about time. Pick up where you left off. That'll do. Half the players weren't playing. I'm hoping having Thibaut de Bruyne playing against Burnley he's like their kryptonite. Like, I'm hoping he just suddenly turns into this world-class player all of a sudden once again, scores 7 past them, gets 3 assists as well. Diniz with the ball. Finds Lukaku, finds De Bruyne, and De Bruyne, after 5 minutes, has just scored a goal. His 9th for the season, his 5th against Burnley. Diniz passes to Lukaku, Lukaku through to De Bruyne, and De Bruyne uses his pace to get in front of the defenders, puts it in the back of the net, scores against his favourite club. Krovinovic with the corner. It's come to Diniz, the Angolan has an effort, it's cleared, Lukaku, that was a wonderful pass from Lukaku to Krovinovic, Krovinovic's cross in, it's gone out for another corner. This time, Diniz is going to take them. I don't know if he's any good at corners. Freddie Woodman grabs it. It was alright. What have you done there? He's just kicked off for a throw-on. Barbarian. Umat. But the Barbarian again. Finds Doherty, who finds Krovinovic. Takes on his man, goes out wide, crosses it in. Lukaku's at the back. It's cleared only as far as Diniz, and Lukaku flicks it on, and Woodman with another save. Another corner. It's come in. Storico's going to get the ball now. Back to Umat. Diniz, oh my word, Francisco Diniz has scored. The 20-year-old Angolan has scored his first ever goal for Southampton. We're 2-0 up in the EFL Cup quarter-final. I think a semi-final is on the cards. Storico gets the ball, plays it back out to Umat. Umat crosses it in low, and Diniz side foot into the top corner. That is a ridiculous finish. And that was the last action of the half, even though it was very early on in the half. I'm happy, keep it up. Do I want to do any changes? I don't need to. I mean, I do have, like, Corbett on the bench, he's one of those players that I do like to bring on every now and then, if he's not starting. Because he's not first team quality at the moment. But he's not far off it, so giving him some games should actually help. Umit cross it in. German Storico's there. I don't know whether De Bruyne got a touch. I don't think he did. German Storico with his 2nd goal for the club. 2nd goal of the season. 3rd goal of the game. We're 3-0 up. We're going to an EFL Cup semi-final. Storico's header straight into the top corner. Too many players there for the goalkeeper to really try and save. Tammy Abraham. That is Tammy Abraham, isn't it? He's out wide. He's gone past the Barbarian. He's crossed it in, and Junior Stanislas has scored. Atanas Spasov, the first thing he's had to do all game is pick the ball out of the net. Abraham's cross. No, he wasn't a cross. He got round the player. Then he crossed it. Terrible clearance, and Junior Stanislas scores against Southampton, former Bournemouth player. Diniz. Doherty finds the Barbarian. Can he take on his man? He's gone back inside. He's found Doherty again, who's found Lukaku, who's put it in the back of the net. It's 4-1. I was just about to bring Romelu Lukaku off, but if he's scoring goals, maybe I shouldn't bother. Doherty's through ball to Lukaku. Questionable whether he was onside. I'm not complaining. It's gone in. It's 4-1. 65 minutes on the clock. Thibaut de Bruyne is coming off for Grant Corbett. I want to mix things up a bit. Krovinovic can come off as well for Facundo Illa. Romelu Lukaku has just suddenly, declined massively in terms of condition, and I don't know what's happened. Has he just been winded or something? This is probably the final highlight of the game. The Barbarian bringing it forward, finds Doherty, back to the Barbarian. He's got 2 players in front of him of the Burnley side. Woodman grabs the ball, though, from, I don't even know what that was, Barbarian. This highlight's going on forever and nothing's happening. I know the game's just about to end. There it is. It is ended 4-1 in the end at St Mary's Stadium. Mike, you can take that. Mike, what have you done? Why, reluctantly, I've got nothing to say. Why did I think that was a good idea? Your defensive efforts were crucial. Good. Your playmaking efforts were crucial. Your goals were crucial. There, that much better. People seemed happier now. Useless. So that does it for this episode. This is the worrying thing. Did Manchester United make it through? Okay, we have the cup semi-final draw in a couple of days' time. I'm going to go to that and then we're going to end this episode. Semi-final draw. There are obviously 4 teams in it. Southampton are 1. Arsenal, former 76,000 time winners Manchester United, are another. And local-ish rivals Bournemouth. Out of those 4 teams there, obviously Bournemouth are beatable. However, if we draw a Manchester United or an Arsenal, and we knock them out, we have the potential of playing Bournemouth in the final. Is that more appealing? Manchester United have Arsenal. We have Bournemouth. So, we're away as well. So, we have Bournemouth in the EFL Cup semi-final. When is that taking place? 12th of January, right in the middle of the transfer window. So, next episode, what we're going to do, I'm going to go to the end of December. So, there's, again, huge amount of Premier League games we're going to skim over. We're probably going to go with Burnley, Brentford, Man City. We'll go with those 2. So, all the ones above, Fenerbahce as well, you won't see. And then we'll have Brentford, Man City. We'll have the start of the transfer window. And then, that's an interesting one. Bournemouth, it's over 2 legs, I forgot that. So this season, we could be in an EFL Cup final. That's going to do it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. Sorry if it was a long one. If you did enjoy, please leave a like. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. And I will see you next time for Brentford and Manchester City.